Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, out here all white doing what I do for you. Who I really got too much time on my hands, but I know why I call this the laugh. All I do is create out here for you. Hold on one second. Yeah, sorry about that. Today I got something real nice for you. Good lesson. Let's do what we do. Writism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. This message is a story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in, we see it. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right Thinker's mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. I take that serious. Right thinking way of life with mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers do just that. With the stuff I'm giving you, material I'm putting out to you, will do just that for you. That's why I do what I do. It's for you so that you can know you. Let's go. I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you don't, tune in. I can help you with that. Why? That's what I do for you. Let's go. A person who knows not, knows that they know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. I got the beard matching my white. Uh-oh, I got the white going now. I just noticed that. Excuse me. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know, is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers know that self. Excuse me. And to my app, be true. Wait. Excuse me. This lesson is titled The Three Steps of Yoga of Wisdom, aka Right Thinking Philosophy, because this is the philosophy that I follow. Okay, my right thinking philosophy is based on this philosophy. Okay, so that's the part. So let's get this thing started with the first thing you need to understand. It's important to note here. Let me tell you right now, the same teachings which practiced in ancient Egypt of listening to, reflecting upon, and meditating upon the teachings is the same process used in Vedanta, Jnana Yoga in India in modern day right now. Just saying. Now, the teachings of physical purity, pay attention, celibacy, and but the vegetarianism, okay? They wasn't meat eaters. And they have a long-standing what history of she taught Aset. This is her aspect in her temple, what they taught. Teaching of the temple of Aset was this. And even in the Per Em Heru, ancient Egyptian book coming forth by day. Some verses from here, from the Per Em Heru, are included. Let me read one or two for you right quick. Chapter 30b of the book of coming forth by day states this utterance, Heka, which is words of power, shall be recited by a person purified and washed. Before you enter the temples, you have to take a bath to purify your body, cleanse you before you go in, and washed. One who has, listen, not eaten animal flesh or fish. They were vegetarians. They eat veggies, no meat. But during festival time, that's when they were allowed to serve the little meat that they ate. So you said, I see them eating, yeah, that's during festival time. Normally, they're not meat eaters. Okay. And it's been proven that our body acid, as blacks, acid in our stomach to digest meat is totally different than the Caucasians. Another lesson. They're more animal-like in breaking down certain food that they can eat. We're not built for that. So when we do what they do, we're hurting ourselves pretty much. So if you want to eat to live, like the Africans, the Egyptians. Chapter 137a of the book of coming forth by day. Watch this one. And behold, these things shall be what? Performed by one who is what? Clean. Fresh and still clean, clean. All right. And what? Is ceremonially pure, having knowledge of scripture. Okay? A man who have eaten, listen, neither meat, that ain't meat, okay, nor fish, definitely not meat, and who have not had intercourse, that's me, with women. And this also applies, don't get it twisted, I keep telling you, we don't do one side. This also applies to the female initiates not having intercourse with a male, of course, not the same sex. We don't do that. But intercourse in spiritual concepts, you put that in a special category. You can abstain, you can become, celibate, but those are things that was practiced. Nobody forced it on you. Okay, understand it. Whenever you're doing something for the benefit of you, it should be of your choice. Moving on. Now, in the mysteries of Asar and Aset, Set, remember, represents what? Your lower human nature. And Haru, which is what? Your higher nature. That was the concept. Watch this. Set kills Asar and usurps the throne, which rightfully should belong to Haru, which is you in the ignorant state. Set is going to call the shots. Okay, he's going to consume the role of being in charge. Why? You don't know no better. You're ignorant of your higher self, who you are. See where I'm going with this? So, in Asar's son, you are the son of God. Your rightful heir is to be on the throne, meaning king of yourself, self-mastery, knowing thyself. Those are the concepts. And when you do that, you become the king. Watch this. In various renderings, watch this, excuse me, various renderings of the characteristics of Set, it is stated what? That Set is promiscuous. Okay. Most interestingly, both Haru and Set are what? Vegetarian. They all ate simply the same thing. They just thought different. Watch this. All this is going on inside you. Their favorite food. Yeah, he had the body with two heads, Set and you, Haru and Set, same body, same person, just different consciousness. So watch this. Their favorite food was what? Lettuce. I freak out because I like lettuce. No big deal. Just another one of the things. Watch this. So therefore, we are to understand. That's the whole point. It's all to get understanding that vegetarianism increases what? Your potential for spiritual advancement and for the vital sexual force. Y'all eat oysters and clams because they're aphrodisiacs, but plant life does even better. Moving on. With this understanding, watch this. Now it is clear that control of your, excuse me, sexual urge is to what? Conserve for potential spiritual energy and purification of what? The diet and this is necessary practices on the spiritual path, which enables you, the aspirant, to achieve and increase spiritual knowledge, or aka sensitivity. When practiced correctly, daily, the conserved energy can be transformed into spiritual energy. How? By directing it through the various energy centers in the body until it finally reaches the center of what? Intuitional vision, eye of Haru, Ujjayi, third eye, pineal gland. When you live right, when you practice righteous living, your kundalini, serpent power, will rise within you automatically. So you can't sneak it, you can't fake it, you can't cheat it. That's why. When you have the opening, it happened because you put the work in. It don't just happen by itself. Not now, not now. I ain't got time for that right now. I ain't into move. Excuse me, sorry about that. But okay, but that's why I sport the I. The I is letting everybody know I know me. I'm gonna get to that point too. I got some good stuff to inform you about that too. I got some more pages. I got about 5 or 6 pages of information, so I'm trying to get through it because it's all good information. So now, the 3 steps of yoga of wisdom, aka right thinking philosophy. This is what right thinkers. This is what we follow. Pay attention. Now, according to the teachings of Shita Aset, we're going as if we was in the temple of Aset. We're following her guidelines, her rules. Okay. Now, according to the Shita Aset and the Nana Yoga, or the Yoga of Wisdom in India, they called it, this process in which the Yoga of Wisdom, remember, wisdom is experience that you went through. So you can't still cheat or fake wisdom. Is the what? To be practiced, constant, consistence of 3 stages, 3 steps that you must follow. Listen, listen. And this is real simple. It's real simple. The first one, a lot of people got a problem with this. You ready? See? Listening. Listening to wisdom teachings. That's the first step. Having achieved what? The qualifications of an aspirant, aka right thinker. All you gotta do is tune in. That's your achievement. And watch this. There is a desire from you, the aspirant, to what? Listen to me, the teacher, to the teachings from a spiritual preceptor, aka sage. There is increasing intellectual understanding of the scripture and the meaning of truth versus what? Untruth. Real versus unreal. Temporal versus eternal. The 2 serpents in India they call Ida and Pingala. We call it Nephthys and Aset. They are female entities, representing one is immortal, Aset, one is mortal, Nephthys. They show you again balance in everything. So listen, reflect. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The next phase from listening falls right in line. Reflect on what you heard. A lot of people go one in and out the other. That means you just stop it to reflect on it. You just let it go by. Excuse me. Like some thoughts you should do. Bad, negative thoughts, let them go. Don't hold on to them. Let them go. Good knowledge, information, hold on to that and do what? Reflect on it. Next level, number 2 step is reflection. What that mean? Reflection on those teachings. Pay attention and what? Living them according to what? The disciplines and enjoined by the teachings until what? The wisdom is fully understood. What that mean? If you practice it, live it, and manifest it for yourself, you have wisdom. Why? You have experiment, you have knowledge of something. Now you know you're wise in that area. Reflection implies what? Discovering the oneness behind the multiplicity of what? The world by how? Engaging in what? Intense inquiry into the nature of one's true self. God, hope you're getting this. I'm trying to stay calm. I'm freaking out. But because I'm excited. I just want to try to keep it in perspective where I can give a lesson, hope to get the message across. So here we go. Third one. This is important. And this is why a lot of religious people get stuck on the second phase. They get the myth, they do the ritual, but they forget to meditate. Meditation on the teachings, meditation on the myth that you learn. That impacts it, that makes it more significant to you. Watch, it becomes symbolic, it becomes more enduring to you. Like my rituals in Masonic order, I understand the significance behind them. So trust me, when you can symbolically make something mean something to you, like in India, he said we got over 8 million gods. And if we was more creative, we'd have more. You can symbolically make God whatever you want. It's the actions and the deeds that you put forth behind the symbolism that you give when you call God. That's all. So let's go back this card right quick. Meditation, the third step. This is the process of what? Reflections leads to a state in which the mind is continuously God conscious, introspective. I'm always thinking about me. When I was young, that was ego and conceited. Yeah, because it was about God, it was just about me. Rah, rah, rah. Now I introspect about my higher me, which is God. It's a different concept now. When you are constantly in introspection, that means you're God conscious, or in Christian term, you're prayed up. Okay? It means expansion of what? Consciousness. Accumulating in what? Revelation of what? Of an identification with who? The absolute self. We call it the first and the chief being, aka Amun, Nebuchadnezzar, whoever you want to call him, pick it. But when you're doing this, that's how you commune with him. I'm about to get you to the witnessing concept of him also. Okay, that's the higher self. But we're talking about Aset. The goddess Aset, she got many forms. Let me show you a few of them right quick. Okay. That's her with the cow horn and sun disk. That's her the three phases when she's by herself. And she also turns when her son, Haru, cuts off her head. Tahuti gave her the cow head. So you see her sometime with the cow head. Over here, you see her with the throne on the head. Okay. That's how she presented. And the last one you see is in the chair. This is the classic with Mary and the Immaculate Conception with the mother and the baby, the Madonna, yeah, excuse me, where she's sitting there and Haru is suckling. That's, watch this. Let me break that for you. I said nurses, baby Haru. That's what we call it. Watch this. And if you know, excuse me, all the pictures you seen, I said she's on a pedestal of Maya. They all are pedestal. Have you noticed that? Pedestals, 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 pedestals. Okay, that was my eye. They all stood on my eye. Watch this. The ancient Egyptian prototype, the original of the mother and child, which is popular all over Africa and can also be seen in the Christian and also in the Indian iconograph with what? The birth of Jesus, the birth of Krishna, okay, respectively. So we're the only one who had a immaculate birth. So moving on, the mother and son deal. But it's significant because it's all about the lesson. Watch this. That's what I'm trying to get to. The mother is the first teacher. Men, understand this. When she turned him over to you, your job is to emasculate him. Your job is to put the physical. That's your job. The mother's job ain't to make men. They got a phrase now for all y'all single parented mothers who I don't know, but understand this. When you raise a man, that man ain't man-made. That name, that title that we call the female dog, he's that made. I'm gonna be respectful. But yeah, that's what that means. Why? Because he's more emotional than he is physical. That's why it takes two to raise the child. We talk about the mother's job. I said did her job to the T. Understand that? So you learn that aspect, that'll make you a better person. Why? You see, watch this. And Isis not only raises her, watch this. She not only raised him, but also initiates him into the mysteries of life. Ain't that what mother's supposed to do? Prepare us for life. My mother taught me little things by saying hello and thank you, please. Remember, moms? Well, I always love my mama. Why? Because of what she did for us. And anybody who don't respect and honor their mother, I got a problem with you. Why? Because you lost your way. You really lost. That's all. But they deserve to be worshipped. I deify my dad. Oh, mom's got to be God. She got to be God. But at this point, yeah, she's dead. Understand that. But it's showing you how the women, females, your job is early in life to nurture him, give him that little stuff, soften him up. But you can't make him hard. Moving on, try to get past that. But I hate that single parent. And no, yeah, I didn't make him single. I stick to that. I'm gonna ride that one to the end. And she initiated him to the mysteries of life and creation. Why? In order to enlighten him to what? Make him strong for the battle of life. As parents, we teach our children to go out and do battle on their own, but we have to give them the stuff that they need. I'm doing that right now with my right fingers, so that's the whole goal. As a parent, it's the same thing. It don't change. It haven't changed. Now we got a few more pictures here. I call that fluff. Okay, I don't do fluff. Moving on. Over here, next page. Again, you see a sitting on some throne. nursing her baby. Watch this. Now let's get into the educational part, the philosophical point of Aset. The mysteries of Aset and the hieroglyph of the mystery system. Watch this. There's a relief on the temple wall of Haru in Egypt. It says, the goddess suckling the divine child is the what? The quintessential symbol of what? Master imparting the wisdom teachings to what? The aspirant, just as she did in the Assyrian resurrection myth. The objective of the Shitar Aset mysteries of Isis is what? Is to lead you, the right thinker, to what? Supreme self knowledge, and thereby ultimate spiritual enlightenment we know as the Great Awakening. Nihas, or better yet, know thyself in bold letters. Okay, at the bottom down there. I'm about to take you home at the bottom right here. This is the educational part. I had to get through that just to get this part. This is the good stuff. Watch this. Now, the Great Awakening, knowing thyself, it reads Greek I am Abi. It means know I in heart mind, layman's term, or I know what is in my heart, God, or I know thyself, myself. They say myself, we say thyself. Okay, that means every individual has to know themselves. The God aspect of you is thy. The ab, or the heart, they have it as a vase because that's where everything is stored. A vase, excuse me, like a vase. Everything that you ever thought of, everything that you ever did, every action, everything that you committed, every IRE, everything you done, stored here. That's the concept that they had. And guess what? Modern times have figured out this brain is bigger than this brain. This the hard drive. This the other part. I ain't a mechanic. I ain't a computer person. I know this is the main function, not this. Okay, watch this. Now it says the ab, the heart, is what? Is the mind. Listen, this is important. The ab or your heart is the mind of the person. The ego thoughts aspect of the personality. It is the essence which contains what? The desires, feelings, and your unconscious thoughts, which what? Would emanate from the soul, aka the body of the person. Thus, to know one's heart is the great injunction of what? Spirituality. For to know this heart is indeed synonymous with what? With knowing the inner self, the real you, aka God. So, like in the 42 injunctions of Maya, watch this. The teachings contained in the writings of the in her book of coming forth by day, excuse me, are given from what? First person. I, speaking for yourself, not a commandment, from first person singular perspective, but are indeed what? Meant as universal injunctions because everybody has to speak for him or herself. So that's the first person singular when you say I have not. And therefore, watch this, may be read, do not lie. That's a commandment, right? Okay, that's our concept as Christians. Instead of I have not lied. And likewise, know thyself instead of what? I know myself. See the difference? When you put the onus on the eternal you, that's being responsible for you. And in the text of the chapter 26 of the Persian Haru, watch this. The initiate, Ani, we did the lesson, we showed him, that's the big thing, we see him going through the chambers of Mayate, okay, judgment day. And what's this? Ani says he has what? Gained control of his body and his soul will not be in prison. This clearly means what? That he has gained what? Self-knowledge of the truth, deeper, powerful self. He knows his higher self. He became enlightened. And what happens? He no longer knows himself as Ani, but as one with the divine self. He becomes Asar Ani, I'm gonna be a sophomore, star P funk. Whatever this shoes to make a difference to me. But I'm getting my wings, so to speak. This is how you get wings. Spiritually, conceptually. So when the body ceases to exist, the spirit has its wings to go what? Home. If you don't have wings, it's got to walk to the next side and wait in line to get another body. Hopefully they get lucky. It's a crapshoot with the spirit, okay? It has nothing, no power to do nothing. It just exists. Moving on. So this is why it's all he give you this. Okay. So this gives him what? The power over who? His ego personality, lower self, in the physical world. This is where Haru he's the master of self. Why? Because he conquered his uncle and became his own king. That's what we as right thinkers, aspirants want to achieve. That's our goal, to become Haru. Watch this. In the physical world as well as what? In another world. When your conscious and your spirit connect here, when the body sees, it goes that way. If it don't, it goes that way. You see where I'm going? You see the concept? Ascension means that way. Okay. Reincarnation means this way. Hope you're getting the lesson. Oh, I got to wrap this up. Okay, I'm almost done. There we go. So watch this. There are other passages in the chapter 17, chapter 64, and elsewhere in the Persian Haru, as well as the temple inscriptions, which the same teachings, know thyself, that Socrates later popularized when he went back to Greek. Everywhere I went on the temple door, it says, man, know thyself. So he took it back, and that's where they got it from. I got another page and a half of information. I'm going to do it. Let's go. I thought I was going to finish. I'm not finished. It says, great lesson. I'm not done yet. So let's talk about Shita right quick. What does Shita mean? Shita means mystery. It means hidden. I'm about to, that's what we were doing. We were getting hidden information so that outside people, like any occult group, Masonic order, we have ways to recognize each other, tokens, hand grips, and passwords. Same thing. Okay, that's where it comes from. How about that? Let's go. The first and most important teaching to understand in our study surrounds the what? The ancient Egyptian word of Sheti, Sheti, or Shidi. With the see the T and the D is optional. You see that a lot of times, okay, but that's why. Now, in Shidi, Shidi comes from with the root Shita, the ancient Egyptian word. I did this a while ago. It means something which is hidden, secret, unknown, or cannot be seen or understood, a secret, a mystery. That's what the Egyptians practiced as a society. So when outsiders came in, they couldn't just come in. Well, you see, Socrates, all them guys came from Greek. They had to come and be initiated, okay, into the secrets, okay. So watch this. What is considered to be the inert matter as possessing hidden properties, or shita or aket? You have ritual words of what power? Ku, haku. Those are mantras. When you go into prayer, you chant you pick and choose a vibration that you want to study on and you work with that. That's all understandable. And watch this. In religious texts, watch this. And you have pictures or Shitat Netta or divine mysteries, Shitat or Shishata or what? The secret rituals and cults of all Egyptian gods. Shita is the hidden God, incomprehensible God, mysterious one, the secret one. Again, one name of the soul of the ancient Egyptian god we called Amun, the hidden one. All the things we're telling you just to say the hidden one. All right, but that was Shitba, which means the one whose soul is hidden. And the Ba, remember, is the spirit. It goes back to him if it gets what? Enlightened. If it becomes conscious of itself, it wakes up, so to speak. That's called the wake up, great awakening. Why? That means the spirit and the conscious became one. Now it can go home. Why? Because it knows itself. If somebody came to your front door, claim to be your son, and you don't know him, you ain't know him, man. So I guess that was say that's Peter's job at the gate. Do he look familiar? So it's a little jokey joke. Watch this. But watch this. The name Amun means it signifies what? The hidden one. Shita. Shita, which is again my favorite, spiritual discipline. God conscious keeps you spiritually disciplined, is what? And is to go deeply into the mysteries. Now we talk about what? Oh, mysteries to study the mystery teachings and the literature profoundly. That means study, study, and study some more. Why? So to penetrate what? The mysteries. To know them, to understand them, to live them, to employ them. And what happened? Niha, bam, signifies what? Resurrection or spiritual awakening, bringing the consciousness with God, understanding who you are. And watch this, the body or sheet, the mummy, is where what? The human beings focus his attention to practice spiritual disciplines. When spiritual discipline, watch this, right thinkers, when spiritual discipline is perfected, by daily practice and years of rigorous training, the true self, or the sheet, which is he who is hidden, which they call the coffin, is now what? Revealed. Why? Because the veil of ignorance has been lifted. That's Hasesh's job, to give you wisdom and understanding so you can recognize who you are. Next one. All right, I got one more. Shitaneta. That's my favorite. It means secrets about the divine self, your higher self, God. But he's hidden. So you have to study, you have to learn, you have to practice, and you can manifest for yourself understanding of who you and he is. One, the book of coming forth by day represents the second level of Shitaneta. Shitaneta means the way or wisdom of what? The hidden divinity which is beyond all creation. Again, God, we know that's Amun, the hidden one. And religion, watch this. Religion has three levels of practice. Again, I went over that too. I gave that lesson. First is what? The myth, again. Second, which includes the traditions, stories, and everything related to it. The next stage is what? The second phase is the ritualization, going to church, practicing the ceremonies, going through the understanding, okay, and the ritualization of what? The myth. Okay, you do that. But here's where a lot of people get stuck right there. I go to church, yeah, but you get stuck. You don't take the next level, which is the third step. And the final stage, and I got Masonic order, we give you degrees by phases. When you learn the next one, learn the next one. A lot of people get stuck on two. You got a bunch of guys right here claim to be Masons, but they're not master Masons. So moving on, that's what I'm saying. Y'all Christians, you're just not enlightened or master Christians. How about that? So let me help you out. The final stage is the metaphysical philosophy behind the teachings given in the myth, which is what? The book of the Siren Resurrection, I gave you that. It presented the complete myth of Asar, or Osiris, I said Isis, and Haru. And what it does, the book of coming forth by day represents stage two, the ritualization of the myth, learning it, understanding, letting it become part of it. I keep telling you, I'm Haru, you are too. You would be too if you understood the concept. That's what we try to get you to understand. And watch this. And through the practice daily of the what? Rituals contained in the book, it is what? Possible, watch this, to feel, to think, and act, and ultimately experience the same fate of us all. Spiritually enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment. Thus, a spiritual aspirant, which is his son reincarnated in you, Haru, is what you need to understand, that he or she, you have what? Incarnated on earth. Why? And has been dismembered. How? By your egoistic thoughts of being ignorant of your higher self and the actions that you live by. However, by gaining what? Right thinking philosophy and gaining an understanding of what? The hidden mystery that I'm teaching you about. So when you gain that knowledge, now is what? It's possible for you to reach the state of Beta 2, aka or resurrection, just like Asar. That's who we supposed to be, like our Father. Moving on, right here, almost done. So therefore, last one. Therefore, a serious spiritual aspirant, right thinker, should see every aspect of themselves, their life, as what? A ritual in which the soul within them, which is you, Asar, is what? Struggling to what? Be born again with knowledge, This spiritual rebirth, again, spiritual rebirth is accomplished. Watch this. By what? The daily practice of what? Listening to the teachings, tune in, practicing them after you get them, and then meditating upon them, manifest them, and with the understanding of the hidden knowledge, aka self-knowledge, you can see that all nature around you is divine. It's perfect in its own way. This includes what? Plants, animals, plants and stars, food, other people, etc. So through your personal understanding of the myth and how it relates to your life, and by living your life, wow, according to this understanding, the ritual, you can what? Lead yourself to discover what? And realize mystical experience. This is when you put the work in and God and you become one. Christians who achieve that, I applaud you. That's what the goal for being a Christian is all about. Why? What's the same goal for right thinkers? That's why. So when you reach that mystical experience, you have knowledge. Watch this. Now, the deeper truth behind your own being. When you wake up and realize you and God are one, you good to go. Everything else is just gonna be whatever. But once you reach that level, you become blissed out. You have a peace within yourself. Why? Death don't fear you. What? I can't die. I'm immortal. See, knowing that self, you know that. A lot of people think that or believe that, and if you ain't sure, it ain't gonna happen. Again, if you believe it, it will. If you don't, it won't. Watch this. It's all mental. And watch this now. At where we at? Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, this is the true practice. Okay, here you go. Where we at? Okay, this is the true practice of religion. Again, I tell you, right thing philosophy, well, if you do it every day, it's like a religion, it's a way of life. You live it. And if you understand the superficial teachings of religious myths, you ain't really did nothing. And watch this. You practice its rituals blindly, again, you ain't did nothing. Why? Because without understanding the deeper implications, you will not obtain the higher realization of what religion set forth for you. You didn't make the mystical experience. You didn't make the connection with God on your own. Something you did wrong. You went the wrong way, got missed, whatever, but you didn't reach it. And you won't reach it if you keep doing stuff that they gonna get you there. Your practice, watch this, will be at the level of what? Dogma. You claim Christianity, you know all the verse in the Bible, but you ain't living right, so you're never going to experience that third part. That's why. And this is why what? There is so much religious conflict in the world today for that purpose and that reason. And half of the ones who are doing it don't even know it. So you're not going to change them. Why? Because they're hell bent on what they believe and they think they're right. Avoid them. So at that level, a dogma, watch this. Each religion has different myths and rituals and what. So therefore, very little, if any, common ground upon which you got Pentecostals, you got the heaven, you got everybody doing whatever they want to do that they fits them. Again, whatever falls in their belief system, that's what they're gonna practice. So moving on and watch this. That's why you got no common ground upon which to come together on why everybody want to do what they believe, not what's right. Watch this now. The results of this misunderstanding and ignorance have been personal disillusionment and led to wars. Mhm. Well, if you ain't the right thinker, you ain't nothing. You're going to hell, in the words of Gino. If you ain't practicing what I'm professing, I just see my man Umar. The reason why religion don't work, why? Everybody think their way is the way. I say I know one way. If we got 9 billion human beings, you got 9 billion ways. Everybody got their way. Whatever you practice, whatever you profess to get you there, I don't have a problem with that. I tell my past all the time. When you get to the top, you're not going to ask what route you took. If you're at the top, just be glad you got there. And you, whatever it took for you to get there, everybody respectfully understands that. So we ain't questioning how you got there. So let me wrap this up for you again. Yet, you do wars and all this fighting, yet, watch this. At the mystical or metaphysical level, all religions are what? Actually pointing toward the same goal. That is what? Spiritual realization. I'm dropping the pin on that one. That's my lesson because I keep telling you, I don't have a problem with religious practice, religious people. I got a problem with them practicing it wrong and not understanding that they're wrong, and it's hard to deal with them. So, hope you enjoyed the lesson. Oh, I'll be back. I got more.